yo. Eat 'em up. If I lose.
Up next, we've got a rematch from last year's Super Wild Card round, where the Bills held on for their first playoff win since 1995. Can the Colts circle the wagons this time? Find out next on EA Sports.
From the home of the Bills since 1973, we are at Bill Stadium just south of downtown Buffalo, New York. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Indianapolis Colts and the Buffalo Bills. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be quarterbacked, of course, by a two-time Super Bowl champion in his 18th NFL season. It's Ben Roethlisberger.
We talk so often about his physical attributes. Of course, the Big Ben nickname, his ability to take hits in the pocket, his ability to extend plays and get outside of the pocket. But how about this for efficiency? Top 10 in career NFL passer rating. He's one of the top 5 winningest quarterbacks in NFL history. That's pretty darn good.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get it as they stop him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give, running right is Mack. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one on the opening drive.
And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it? Remember when you were a kid and you went to the theater and saw that horror movie and it stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy? But if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback, he might be a little jumpy as well. Might throw off his timing.
Yeah, it'd be jumpy, but sorry, Bob and Linda wouldn't let me see a PG movie until I was 17.
Well, that's just good parenting.
51 yards on the punt there. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Ben Gideon in on the stop. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was pop free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Allen's throw is complete, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Eluding the pressure right. They'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And you know, there's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Bradley Chubb has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Avoids him at the 40. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. 2nd and 8 coming up. Allen off the play fake. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 of the 12.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And now they'll throw with Allen. And this is incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. On play action, Allen. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kwity Paye able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again. Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now a dump off here complete. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And now this is Hilton on the receiving end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Middle of the field to the tight end Doyle. And down inside the 15 he goes. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. You got to secure it.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. On play action, Allen. They'll roll him out right. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the...
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that intercept. That ball is caught. It's Doyle. Touchdown, Colts. Jack Doyle. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And able to get this out to the 25. The Bills offense now for one final time in this first half. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Allen. Flush to his right. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the 3rd quarter now. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. A good first down call as the screenplay gets a 9.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years of not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
CD, put on your OC cap here. What do you do? 2nd and 1, you get stuffed. Now 3rd and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up and we're going to run the same darn play and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are, I want some mobility. I want some movement, putting the ball in the hands of my quarterback and giving him a run-pass option. That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Play action. Now it's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense.
Frank Reich not so sure about that last call. He's going to go ahead and throw out. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Over the middle, complete. That's Sanders. Touchdown! Miles Sanders. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover it? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective, because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jude. Juice Smith-Schuster, 79 yards. And the Colts on one play have taken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. That That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
They go play action with Roethlisberger.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
He was looking for Jack Doyle that time. Third down here.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On third down, a run by Mack. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. On first down, Allen eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run at Sanders. Sanders has the first down and much more. And down to the 27-yard line.
73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Here's Allen. Forced out to his left. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Mike Gesicki, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the third quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will tie our game here in the third. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Throwing again on second down. Roethlisberger. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
So possession goes over here on the punt. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And he rifles one incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Allen. Being chased out left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. Allen going to throw. Throw left side complete. That's McKenzie. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Throwing on first down is Allen. On the right side open is Gesicki. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On second down, it's Sanders, and he gets it down to the 32. 78 yards on the ground now for Sanders. He's got a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Here's Sanders. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. Tyquan Lewis makes the stop. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Allen taking it himself, and he is going to have a Bills first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. And this one's incomplete. He was looking for Isaiah McKenzie that time, but it'll be second down. Now Sanders, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Allen rolling to his left. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The kick by Bass is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see it practice. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now Roethlisberger. And incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on fourth down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. Roethlisberger. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. They have gone to the fourth quarter, by the way, in that game in Cleveland. The Browns, they have scored again to add on to their lead. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Well, the Colts now, they're ready to get the football back. The situation is simple. It is sudden death from here on out. We had 2 stops defensively. The next score, whatever it is, wins this game.
I can't wait to see how the defense decides to play this, because knowing that the next point you give up lose the game for you, I expect them to be more aggressive, not just play a normal situational defense, but go after them, attack them a little bit, because otherwise the offense is just trying to find their way to get downfield and kick a field goal. Don't sit back and wait for them to make their plays. I think the defense needs to go after them.
Charles Davis says maybe they go aggressive. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Grover Stewart forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez on for a very important punt here in overtime. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. And those numbers, they kind of tell the story of his game so far. Started off not so hot. Now he's really heated up.
And remember, he signed up for duty as the guy who leads the team, right? The field general, the signal caller. So when things go rocky early, he can't just exit out and ask someone else to pick things up. He's got to do it himself. And that's what he's done here in this game.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. What can Allen do now with his drive? Dancing to his left. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tie. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Allen now on the sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give him 2 on the play there. And it's 1st down, Buffalo.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
112 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and it's 3rd and short. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Allen. He'll buy some time right. And Sanders has got it complete. Not much there, only a yard.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Here's Allen. Rolling to his right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way? He should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Allen will look to throw for it on fourth. He finds his man, complete. It's McKenzie. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down.
Well, let's begin by trying to get into the mind of the head coach. He's telling us he wants to win the game right now. That's why they went for it and got it on fourth down.
Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Bills have taken the lead.